make sure
this
this
guy,
is...
Mr. Engineer over here. Oh my God! Oh my God!
It's ruined.
At least I got that on video.
Oh, you just squirted all over my wife.
Ew!
What?
Guys, today is going to be a freaking awesome day because a new product was recently released for the JL, and Kevin and I are super pumped to announce that we'll be able to torture test the ever-living crap out of it. So we decided before we went all the way to Windrock, Tennessee and learned how to do some East Coast rock bouncing, we'd take a quick pit stop here in LA. I'll give you 3 guesses as to where we are, and the first 2 don't count. We're in DCD Customs, and before I show you what we're installing today, let me introduce you to David and some of his sick-ass builds. Okay, so have you figured out yet what we're doing to our JL? I'm gonna let you continue to guess. And in the meantime, guys, this is David. He is the founder and owner of DCD Customs. And if you don't know who he is and you've never seen him wheel, this
Smile,
man
David.
is an...
You told me you're looking all hard. David, you gotta smile for me. Don't look so mean.
This man is an absolute animal off-roading. He is a teddy bear in real life. Look at him.
He's a teddy bear in real life. He's an animal off-road.
Seriously, if you haven't seen him wheel, check it out.
Oh, Turns out there was no way out. Now they're coming back. Oh my God. Woo! He's good, he's good, he's good, he's good, he's good, he's good. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
For real, this dude goes full ham, full send everywhere he goes. We were talking to him earlier, and more or less, he just likes to make things as dramatic as possible when he's off-roading. But when it comes to being here, you guys are, oh my God, the work, I showed just a couple of their builds, but the work they do here is immaculate.
So if you guys need some OCD work done, come to DCD.
We actually did think it was OCD the first time we saw the vehicle off-road. I did want to go ahead and show you guys 1 or 2 of these builds that he does have going on, and then I promise after that, we'll roll into the installation and you can see exactly what we're doing today.
So I'm gonna spoil it for you guys. So this is what we're doing to the stepchild. We're gonna Hellcat swap going. They've been wheeling hard enough, so we're gonna step it up a notch. You know, they deserve this. Anyways, this is a JL with a Hellcat swap we're doing. We got another JL here with a 6.4 SRT8. But this is one of my favorite ones over here.
He showed us this last night, and this thing is a monster, as if the rest of the Jeeps here aren't.
It's an LJ. It was at least. It's gonna look like a Jeep in the end. That's the whole point. We're building this for the Rainforest Challenge over the seas. It's got portal axles for the clearance, some forced bead locks for the back spacing, 750 horses, full manual valve body turbo, 400 in it, completely waterproof, not 1 inch of factory hose or a wire. We did a 3-inch body drop on this vehicle because with the portals it gave us like 6 inches of lift, so we had to keep it low.
And like you said, so this is for the Rainforest Challenge overseas, which specifically uses a lot of winching. Show us the winch. This thing is so ridiculous.
We built this whole front end according to this winch that it's size of a Honda Civic motor. And it makes about as much as horsepower as a Honda Civic motor. It's 14 horsepower. This thing pulls like 30 miles per hour. It's ridiculous. The most important thing on the Jeep is the winch, actually.
So if you look at this, you can tell that he set this winch here, and then he built the front of this Jeep around the winch. It didn't matter about the motor. It doesn't matter about anything else. He literally built the front of this Jeep around this winch.
The grill is going to be covered from behind. We still keep the 7 slots, but we're going to cover it so mud doesn't get in, actually. And we moved the radiator in the back for 2 reasons. First of all, to have room for the winch, and then we don't want the mud to get in the radiator and we have some overheating issues.
Where are we going to go have fun with this?
Oh, we're shipping this overseas, and I'm taking you guys.
You're going to take us with you?
Oh my god, that'd be so
So
good.
we're gonna go do a
race
rainforest challenge, and we're gonna bring you off-roading from across the globe in a.
It's a Jeep.
It's a Jeep.
It is a Jeep.
The best part is we kept about 15 inches of the frame, so we still qualify as a registered vehicle. I mean, this thing is completely plated in California. Is it legal? Absolutely not, but it
But it's fun.
This is literally the epitome of the type of stuff they do here. From one-off custom fab to freaking Hemi swaps, suspension installs,
lift wheels
axles,
and
lift
suspension.
wheels. They do everything here, and the work they do is, like we said, it's immaculate. They have a massive attention to detail.
This one was on the lift last night with no body or anything.
This one looked like
that
this last night at around 8 p.m.
And now it's got a 6.4 Hemi in it overnight.
well, we needed the lift for the stepchild.
Yeah, we had to put the stepchild somewhere.
For the demon swap.
It's gonna be a demon child now.
If you told me that last night with like few bottles of sake in me, I would be like,
Maybe would have been
fuck
like,
yeah,
let's do
do
it.
it.
Go get some sake. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're dropping all this out of the stepchild, roll it out of the way, and then we're gonna roll this underneath it.
We're just gonna put our body. We're
On
gonna
top of
get
this
rid of
thing.
that.
This is too dirty. We decided to change the frame, and the only new frame we have
Is this right
has
here?
a Hellcat attached to it and some 60s. So.
Okay, you guys, in all seriousness, speaking of the stepchild, I hate to break some hearts out there, but we are not doing a motor swap today. We are, however, installing this. This is a Dynatrac ProRock 44 front axle for the JL, and this is why we are at DCD Customs today. As you might have noticed, this axle is 100% ready to go, bolt in. It's got everything. It has the gears in it. It has the lockers in it. It literally just needs
It has the
a couple of
RCVs
bolts.
in it.
Yeah, it's got the RCVs.
It has the sexiness in it.
And this is the really, really cool thing about Dynatrac is you're someone like Kevin and I, where we're traveling all the time. We don't really have the time to put all these different pieces together. Dynatrac will build the axle for you. You tell them what gears you want, the lockers you need, and they'll put it all together. They'll ship it to you like this. And if you can do a suspension lift,
Yeah, if you can.
on your own, you can install this axle on your own. But if you don't want them to build it for you, say you are super picky and you want to do a lot of this work yourself,
You like nerding out with building stuff, or you just enjoy building your own stuff, they will get it to you completely empty. And you can do all the guts. You can put all the gears, you can, everything the way you want. You can have U-joints or RCVs. Go RCVs because you don't need new U-joints.
what's the point of doing this axle if you're just going to go to the U-joints? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Not to me.
RCVs.
Not to
RCVs
me.
are definitely the answer.
The sexy orange balls.
So,
What if they want
you
to know
guys-
all the specs?
You guys know us well enough, and when it comes to the nitty gritty, super specky stuff, we're not very good with that. Luckily for us, Way of Life is, and he actually recently did a really good in-depth video. So if you do want to
Yeah.
nerd out on
I
all
watched
the
all of them.
specs
He has
and the
all the tube
measurements,
thicknesses and the.
materials, basically anything you could ever want on that side of things, he's got the video for it. So definitely go check out him if you do want the specs. But for us, as we go through this install, we'll kind of go over all of the reasons as to why Kevin and I are swapping to the ProRock 44, because there are a ton of reasons. And mainly, this is new for the JL. And who better to put this thing
I
through,
want to beat the crap out of it.
yeah, than us. We've got Colorado, we have Utah, we're always in California. We're about to spend months over on the East Coast.
Yeah, with
some
you
of
rock bouncing, you
bouncers.
crazy rock bouncers out there like going, oh, yeah, come on out here where you have to use speed, where you don't get to have all the grip in the world and you've got to ram your Jeep up rocks and obstacles.
And I know we have a lot of subscribers who were saying, well, we want to see you guys break your axle. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, you guys want to see us break this, but guess what?
We don't.
Yeah,
We
you're
don't
not
want
the
to
one
break
there
it.
that's on the trail broken for however long. So look at this. No front axle disconnect. Solid tube. That is what we're after. We have the thicker tube, no more front axle disconnect, which we're not using anyway because we're already a one-piece RCV.
They have a little bit more clearance.
Oh, and caster. So as you add caster, your pinion angle starts to become a problem, and then you have more driveline vibration. So anytime you start lifting your vehicle up, your pinion angle becomes compromised. So to get that back, you have to lose caster, which then your driving on road becomes compromised. So this is rotated at 5 degrees. So we'll have 5 degrees of caster with a proper pinion angle, and then from there we can use the control arms that are on here to get that extra 1.5 to 2 degrees. And then also your pinion is also higher in the rear as well. So if you do clear rock or you come off, the pinion back here is actually higher than what it is here. So you actually have more clearance there as well. So it's not just the bottom of the cover.
Now, before we get this installed though, there is one more huge benefit that I do want to show you guys on our stock axle. And it's this god awful factory diff drain plug, which you can't even really see it, but this is actually a drain plug right there. But you can see just from being off-road, we've completely ground down not just our front diff cover, but obviously the drain plug. I don't know why they would put this on the bottom, because this can ruin an entire day. If for whatever reason this started leaking
I'm surprised
on the
we
trail.
haven't cracked that open yet, honestly, because this is ground down into the housing now. This is how you're supposed to drain your diff fluid on this.
Luckily on the new ProRock 44, this doesn't exist. On the new axle, all you got to do is pull the cover, which is technically the way you should be doing this anyways. But yeah, this is one of those factory Jeep things that we've discovered that's
Shouldn't be a thing.
Shouldn't be a thing. That's probably the most ridiculous, nonsensical place you could have put a drain plug. Now, as far as how we chose to outfit our Dynatrac,
so they will go over and ask you how you want to do everything, what you want to use, what all the specs are. So we chose an Eaton E-Locker. We wanted to stay with the E-Locker. The factory one's decent, but it doesn't always unlock right away. I didn't really want to run air. Nothing wrong with going to air. I just didn't want to run the lines and deal with it.
now as for gears, of course, we are finally going with 513.
Yes.
Now, there are very important reasons for this, but first and foremost, you guys have heard us mention it multiple times throughout the last several videos, and we will be trailering stuff.
We're not trailering the Jeep.
Not the Jeep.
We're going to have something behind the Jeep.
The Jeep will be trailering something in the very, very extreme near future, and gearing when it comes to towing is really important. So we're officially moving up to the 513 gears.
So we'll also be doing 513s in the rear, of
Today
course.
we are also doing the 513s in the rear, so we will be matching there. Now, of course, we had to stick with our RCV performance axle shafts as well. But the cool thing with these guys is for this Dynatrac ProRock 44, technically you'd only have to buy new inners if you already have RCV axles like we do.
Right.
Because you can reuse the outers.
All you have to do is order the new inners, but what I would do is just sell what you already have to your friends and then just have them already in here. So that way it literally is
Again,
a bolt-on
it's
affair.
bolt-on, and it's super quick and it's easy.
Everything's here. Everything's ready. Just literally bolt it up. We just got to wire the locker and that's it. That's all we got to do.
Honestly, don't take our word for it. You can see for yourself. See? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We've got the axle back on, we've got the steering components back on. All that's left is doing the alignment, which we'll be doing tomorrow. Unfortunately, during this install, we also figured out that our redneck ram was bent. which sucks. But we were able to purchase a brand new one, and we had it overnighted, so it should hopefully be here tomorrow as well, and we'll install that along with wrapping up the 513 rear gears in the back. Aside from that though, we're basically done. So we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning from beautiful sunny Los Angeles, California, where it's not sunny and it's raining and it's cold and the weather sucks massive. Actually, it's not that bad because, of course, we're back at DCD Customs, where today they should be able to wrap up the Redneck Ram. We're getting the new one installed that we had to buy and overnight because our last one bent. They actually wrapped up with the rear gears, the 513s, last night while we were gone and sleeping, which is fantastic. These guys are amazing. And from there, all that'll really be left is the alignment. And we should be good to go. So here's the old Redneck Ram, which once we get it off, I'll see if we could maybe extend it and show you guys where the bend is. But yeah, as this comes out, it goes whoop. So we definitely had to buy a new one. And here is our brand new painted black Redneck Ram that isn't bent yet. And the trick here is going to be trying not to lose as much fluid as possible. I'm gonna be honest, that black paint actually makes it look super clean, especially with the new shiny front axle.
Yeah, it all looks super.
Everything looks like super clean right now.
So this is gonna be it. We're not gonna off-road anymore after this, right?
Yeah, no, it's totally a mall crawler now.
So
Yeah.
now it's mall crawler.
Yeah, it's 100% a mall crawler now.
It's too nice to off-road. I don't want to be up anymore.
You're so foolish.
Cool.
By the way, for those of you that didn't know, this right here, which looks super awesome, only goes onto Dynatrac axles that Dynatrac themselves build. So if you buy just the housing and you kind of put it all together yourself, yours won't come with this cool little metal plate. But if you let Dynatrac do all the work for you, you get that bad boy. Moment of truth. Oh, look at that. That was pretty smart, putting your finger there. That wasn't too bad. It was not too bad. Woo. Such a simple thing, but I'll be honest, I don't know if I would have thought about that. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean it's going, but it's not. Yeah, that's definitely not happy, huh? No. That's not happy at all. Make sure
This guy, Mr. Engineer over here. Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's ruined.
At least I got that on video.
Oh, you just squirted all over my wife.
Ew.
What?
Oh my god, I stood right in the line of fire for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spin it slowly, you can see there's a bend in there.
So this is why we had to replace it. So we had to buy
That
a new
is
one.
definitely not straight.
It cost us almost pretty much $300 to get a new one
And have
here
it overnighted.
overnight. So it still works.
Just not optimally.
Correct. So if I just get most of the fluid out of it, we'll cap it, and then we'll keep it as a backup just in case.
In case, like
Like
an
a-
extreme in case, like if the other one breaks. Oh yeah, you can just looking down the line of it, you can see it's bent.
Yeah.
I hope you guys really appreciate the footage that we just got in order to show you the bend in that, because I am covered in steering fluid right now.
It's easy now. It's there.
So
So here we go. So there's the bend.
that sucks.
So
All right, so now that I'm outfitted in a brand new hoodie, all that's left is basically making sure that the new Ram is clamped down at the proper extended length, and then caster, and then we're done. It's this close. Dun, 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 dun. New axle! We officially have a brand new Dynatrac ProRock 44 front axle! I feel like I'm much more excited about this than Kevin is right now. But front axle is officially in, plus the 513 gears in the front and the rear. We have the Eaton E-Locker. What am I missing? Not that that in and of itself isn't enough and freaking incredible. Oh, no, we had the RCVs before, but of course we still have the RCV performance axle shafts as well. This is going to be amazing, not just on-road and off-road, but
Bulletproof.
especially because it will now be bulletproof.
Without gaining much weight. That's the whole point.
Yeah, for anyone who's wondering why we went with the ProRock 44 rather than the 60, wait.
This is like the next step. We may go 60s eventually, but I don't.
On 38s, we don't really need the 60s, and we don't really need the extra weight, but we can definitely, absolutely use the added strength with how much Kevin and I wheel, how hard we tend to wheel, and of course, the 513s, because we'll be trailering something very soon. So having that gear ratio is really important as well. Guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below, but we have to give a massive shout out to DCD Customs. They knocked the installation out of the park. They did it quickly. They did it
very professionally.
Very professionally.
Way more professional than
what we would have done. But it is an installation that, like I said, if you have Dynatrac send it to you built, you can technically do this in your own garage. It's relatively simple. If you want it done super well and super professionally, down to every OCD little element you could possibly think of, take it to DCD Customs, because these guys are super awesome. We love you. Thank you for watching.
David, thank you.
Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we will see you next time.
See you in the next video. It's gonna get fun. You guys ready? It's about to get fun.
I already did that part.
Gonna do it again or no?
Yeah, I'll do it one more time. My new product was recently released. Try this again. Take 3. Awesome. Oh yeah, it does. Isn't it? Was I in frame? I'm a little taller.
Yeah, you are.
Am I? Okay. It's hard to use him because I'm a couple inches on him.
You want a platform?
Yeah.
Yeah. Need a stepping stool? No, you don't need a stepping stool.
You know what? You can't see that in the frame.
You actually can't. Well, you see that. Now you're really tall.
You're just gonna like. You're so dumb. Are you literally gonna stand like that for this?
It's funny.
Are you? Okay, go for it. That's fine.
Yes. Yes. Yes, all this. Try to undo my drain plug right now, I dare you.
Okay, so transition right. Oh, sorry. Shh, quiet on set.
Quiet on set.
Why do you have such a pouty face? We have a brand new
Let's
product.
go.